You're watching the Kop TV, the voice of football's most famous stand.
Salah to settle it!
Yes, good afternoon. Welcome back to the Kop TV, the voice of football's most famous stand. A cheeky Europa League victory last night, 3-1 to the Red Men. A bit of a sore head this morning, if I'm honest. Elvino did flow. Guinness flowed. It was good to be back in Jurgen's, good to be back amongst the, watching games in Liverpool. I know I've been missing a lot of games up here recently. So make sure you smash the like button for that. But it's time to move our attention now to the Premier League again. A massive game at Anfield on Sunday. And we're playing West Ham. Now, I had to think, I thought, who can I get on here that's going to give me a well-rounded preview with no hangover? And then I thought loads of people, and then they weren't free. So I called Nicky Hawkins.
That's exactly how it goes, mate. Just lastminute.com.
No, I'm messing. You're my number one choice.
Mate, you told me. Only you, brother. Only you.
Only you. I told you. Only you. Listen, a good win for you guys last night as well. It looks to be a bit sunnier than it was last night at the London Stadium. I saw leakages. I saw showers that weren't really supposed to be happening. What's going on with that stadium? It's only 10 years old, isn't it?
It was sold to us like that. Well, I say sold to us. It rented to us like that. It's like, when you go to the council and that, and you get a council place and get a bit of damp in there. It takes years for them to fix it. So, I'm not hoping on them fixing that anytime soon, to be honest with you.
Yeah, because you don't want to be called Cold Trafford. You don't want to have them labels chucked at you. It was happening at the Emirates recently as well.
Yeah, man. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. It was biblical storms last night, man. You look at it today, it's like, it's like I could be sitting in Spain or something today. But last night it was terrible. I had to go and buy a coat.
It could be sitting in Skeg Vegas, which is I know you're going after this. And after Skeg Vegas, your attention turns to heading up to Liverpool. I know you have a lot of nice things to say about the city. I know you've had a few away days up here in the past. You looking forward to coming up on Sunday?
Always look forward to coming up there, man. It's my type of place, Liverpool. I love it.
Love to hear it, mate, because there's certain other fan channels that was giving it a bit of a tough name the other day. Less said about that, the better. It's definitely not a challenging place to live. Anyway, right, this is an interesting game, Nicky, because of a few reasons. One, because it's always a close game when West Ham come up to Anfield. I've never, maybe not in recent years anyway, seen us batter you. It's always been a fairly close game. So there's been a bit of talk by one of your main strikers about this fixture, Nicky. I'm sure you've heard of it. First of all, before we get into the actual game itself, talk to me about what you feel regarding what Mikel Antonio has said, which he says will finish above Liverpool in the league this year.
I think he's mad. I think he's absolutely mad. Liverpool are top side. Listen, you got to back his confidence. You got to rate his confidence. Yeah, I don't know what he's smoking, man. To be honest with you, he does his podcast quite a bit with Callum Wilson and stuff. Yeah. And I've been like highly critical of him doing this. I don't think he should be doing it. AZT. He's put his foot in his mouth so many times, and I think the thing about that is that you release that to a public audience, and I think if you pin that on the changing room door at Anfield, they're going to be looking at that, and they've got players to really hurt. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want him opening his mouth. Do your talking on the pitch. You don't have to do your talking off the pitch. I've said this many times as well. He's put his foot in his mouth. I've been quite critical of things he said, and I don't think this does us any favours, to be honest with you. It raises expectation. It can make you look very, very silly, and make us look very silly. And I've said this before, like, he ain't got many years left in him, Mikel, and he's just signed a deal to sort of get him to the end of his career with West Ham, which is, I've said he should have moved on, but I've got no bones about him doing that. But this podcasting stuff, do this when you finish, man. There's no need to be doing it now. There's no need to be doing that sort of thing. And he can look very, very silly come Sunday, or he could look like a fucking genius. So Yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
I mean, listen, I'm all for people manifesting things. I'm all for people having confidence in themselves, believing they can do better. Where did West Ham finish in the league last year?
14th.
14th. So in his head, if he's saying, first of all, go to Liverpool and win on Sunday, but second of all, finish above them, and he backs himself. So, I mean, we think we're going to finish second. Yeah. So
that'll have us winning the league.
Exactly. Are West Ham going to win the league, Nicky?
No, of course they're not. Of course they're not. We're not Arsenal.
Well, they can't do it at the minute either.
No, that's what I'm saying. We're not over expecting from your squad so soon. So no, man, of course we can't. We never won the league in our history.
But listen, as we said, big up to him. But I think what you said was hitting the nail on the head. You print that quote off, you plug it up on the wall on Sunday at 1 o'clock, and you just point it. You don't even need to give a team talk, if I'm honest. You know,
Liverpool players, mate. Got good enough players as it is. You don't need them wound up and out for blood. You know, we really don't need that.
We've seen in the past more old school managers maybe say, have you seen what this lad's been saying about us in the press this week? He thinks he's going to do us. I mean, as you said, footballers having their own podcasts is part of the new era of digital media within the space. And he's not the only one to be putting out content. I think the main difference is between him and a Ben Foster, for example. Ben Foster was vlogging and stuff like that when he was playing, but now he's retired. He can let his lips loose a bit more.
Now he's talking, yeah. Now he's more honest.
Now he's talking, but yeah, I just feel like he's given us so much ammo there to just throw right back in his face. It actually reminds me of when Clinton Morrison did a similar thing back in 2001. We played Palace in the Cup, and in the first leg, I think it was 1-1. I think Michael Owen had just won a Ballon d'Or, missed a couple of sitters. Big Clinton came out, and I actually spoke to him about this fairly recently. He said in the paper the next day, I would have stuck 2 of them away, talking about Michael Owen. So the second leg comes around, we batter them 5-0. We misses one in an open goal in front of the Kop, and Owen wins the Ballon d'Or. So it doesn't work in your favour sometimes.
I respect the hustle. You're going to see more and more of this as this digital age comes around as well. Obviously, they're looking for careers after football. They've seen the success of Crouch. They've seen the success of Foster. And I think a couple of these are going to start jumping on it now. The problem is, I mean, there's only so many pundit spaces available, you know, and you think about how many people retire after football. There's only so many, people that Sky Sports can take on. There's only so many people that the BBC and ITV and all of these guys can take on. When you look at the ratio about who retires to who goes into punditry, it's very
pretty high,
a very small margin. So, listen, they've got the ability now and the tools to forge their own careers and forge their own platform. So, you're going to see more and more of this. But wait till you're finished. Just wait till you're finished and then start opening your mouth, because you're going to make us look very stupid.
I love that. Nicky's got that old school mentality. Just, you've got all the time in the world to jump on a microphone at
Absolutely.
This stage in your career. Just go out and do what you need to do on the pitch. But let's talk about the actual game. The last win for West Ham at Anfield, 2015. Manuel Lanzini was on fire. You beat us 3-0 at Anfield. Unbelievable day for the Irons. It's actually the first Anfield win since 1966.
Yeah, I know.
Anfield. Obviously, you weren't there for that one. I'm not saying that at all. But what I am saying is, how do you view this game going into it? We've both had a really good start to the season. You know how praiseful I've been of not only the whole team, but Ward-Prowse, Alvarez, these guys in particular. How do you think this one goes on Sunday?
It'd be tight. I think it'd be very tight. We're in good form. Had similar sort of Europa League games last night, going a goal down and coming back and winning 3-1 and giving some second team players some minutes. But we've got a decent squad. We haven't got a strong squad, but we've got a decent squad. But as far as I know, everyone's fit, and we've got a couple of players in there now. Our midfield is really been transformed by Ward-Prowse and Alvarez, and even Souček's playing well, and you've got Lucas Paquetá, and and I think we've got the players to do the damage if we play it right. The only thing that I do worry about is our fullbacks, and obviously you play a lot from the wings. The wingers coming in and skinning people and stuff like that. So They're the only thing. We haven't kept a clean sheet this season, which is a bit concerning. But I think, I see enough at City last week. City are a machine. They just keep on going and going and going. But I see enough at City last week as to say, if we can play in that sort of manner and we don't freeze up at Anfield, we could give you a game at least, And this would be an interesting one, Alex. It'd be an interesting one. And there's not many times I can go to Anfield and turn around and say, you know what, we could get something here. But something tells me that we may on Sunday.
Yeah, listen, as you said, you've got all the tools in the box to really go out and hurt someone. You saw what you did to City early on, went 1-0 up, held the lead for a while. So, yeah, I've always said that West Ham is never an easy game. I know it isn't. Again, you beat us away last season. I think that it was a really tight game at Anfield. I remember being at the game. Nunes scored his first Anfield goal. We won the game 1-0. I think Jared Bowen missed a penalty that game as well, just before the World Cup started. So it's, as I've said many times, I give all the respect to West Ham because the way that they conduct themselves on the pitch is brilliant. So yeah, I'm going for a tight game like yourself. Couple of questions in the comments. Again, very similar Europa League fortunes for us both last night. Liverpool. I don't know what's going on in the background there. But,
no, I've got no idea, mate. Sorry, bud.
What the hell is that?
It's a drill, I think.
What is that?
I swear it'll be finished in a second. A drill. Right. It's a drill.
Oh, it's a drill. I thought it was someone going irons.
Irons. Irons.
Georgina, a great win yesterday. Let's hope it continues. Big up Georgina. Ravi, big up man like Alex Saldino and Big Nicky. Yo, make sure you smash that like. Here's a question for us both. Who concedes the first goal? I mean, we've been famous this season for coming from behind 4 times to go on and win games 3-1. You did it yourself last. Thing I said after the game last night is, listen, it's all very well in the 90th minute clapping, knowing you've won the game. It's all forgotten about. But in terms of conceding first, Liverpool have made a bit of a habit out of this. So who's going to deal that first blow on Sunday?
I don't know, man. I don't know. It's one of them things that sometimes, like, especially at Anfield, if you start quick, you can catch us a little bit cold. But I'm confident. I'm confident that we can score goals there. I am confident. I think we've got the same sort of frailties. We've got good forward lines, and we have got frailties in defence. I know you've got players coming back, but our fullbacks are a little bit dodged. But yeah, I think it's finely balanced, mate. It only takes a free kick. We've got a free kick master in there now. Set piece or something like that. You know what I mean? And which we've really been doing well on set pieces lately. James Ward-Prowse has got something like 8 goal contributions in 6 games.
Yeah,
and coming from the centre of midfield, that's phenomenal for playing for a team like us. So yeah, man, it's it only takes one of them. I'm quietly confident. I'm not saying we're going to beat you, but I think we can get a result.
Okay. AGT the GOAT, big up to NKA. Ravi, question Nicky, thought on the way you boys link the playing games, cutting them through them lines, assists now.
It's getting there. We've had a very difficult time of that in the last couple of seasons. It's not as fluid as it could be, but all of a sudden we're starting to play a little bit of fluid football. So yeah, it's getting there, man. You see Kudus last night,
brilliant
when he was playing. He's going to be. I think he's going to be a big player for us. I think he went down as 1, but he got 2 really. He forced an own goal, but he's a little bit erratic at the minute. He's trying his best to impress, and he wants to get into the side, and he's eager to do it. But we've been playing some good football, some really good football, and yes, we're doing well in that situation. It seems like we're learning to play football again, which is good.
And the signings have been brilliant as well. Shout out to Ravi, who's put in West Ham Fan TV. Sub to Nicky, great lad, and channel, please. I've tagged Nicky in the title of this video, so there's no excuses. Just go over there and smash that subscribe button. I'm sure he's doing some good content around the game on Sunday that you'd like to see. AGT was front 3. Yep. You'll be at Anfield. Come and do a fan cam with us after, actually, if you fancy it, bro.
No problem at all.
Come round. That would be really nice, man. AGT, what's your front 3 for Sunday? I think it writes itself at the minute. It's Diaz, Nunes, and Salah. Really buzzing for Nunes last night. He almost had a bit of a fear of taking penalties. And when we got that pen last night, which I'm not even convinced it was a penalty, to be fair. When we got that, there was no Salah on the pitch, who hasn't been great at pens himself. And I looked at Mario and said, who's taking this? And then to see Darwin put it down and convert really comfortably, he definitely starts for me on Sunday. Jota's been playing too much FIFA. I think he's got a bit of a vitamin D deficiency at the minute. I think he played 21 games of the new FIFA 2 nights ago when it came out. So he's probably knackered. So yeah, I'm going for them 3 up front. I might as well give you my lineup prediction. I'll go Alisson in goal. I do think Trent's back for this one, Nicky. I know he's been training with and without the ball this week, doing a lot of running to get over that hamstring injury, so he'll play. Konate and Van Dijk. And then Robertson, obviously, had a great game out at Wolves last week. Got a nice rest last night. The midfield, Szoboszlai, again, really nice cameo performance from him last night. You saw everyone.
He's been great, hasn't he?
Well, I tried to read the stat out, didn't I, on Monday, and everyone just got up and walked off on DR Sports. It was very rude of them. They didn't want to hear the truth. But yeah, Dominic, he was getting a bit of stick last night because Red Bull Salzburg, their biggest rivals are Las Glins, who we played last night. So they were giving him a bit and he was giving it back, which is what you want to see. So him and McAllister. And I go Gravenberch in the 6th, I would. Came off with cramp last night, but nothing serious. So that's my 11. We do need to start fast, says Rico. I agree. I'm sorry, I just don't see Mikel bullying Van Dijk and Konate. We have to be careful, though, people. Let's not... What we don't want to do now is basically stoop down to his level of saying, oh, what's he going to do again? This guy has scored goals against Liverpool, and he is an absolute physical specimen. He puts his back into people. He really gets amongst it. What I don't want to become a victim of is him scoring and then giving it that in front of the Kop.
The thing you got to worry about as well,
Antonio's name. He's not that bad, is he? He's very good.
No, the thing you got to worry about is that, maybe, them 2 players could, really keep an eye on him and make sure he's not scoring and that. But that leaves space for someone like Jared Bowen to cut in. He's no mug. As you quite know, that he can score goals, and we've got Ward-Prowse that can come in early and score goals, and don't get too over emotional. Just play your game.
That's true, because if you get over emotional, the Paquetas, the Kuduses, the Bowens find space. I mean, especially Bowen, we've been maybe touted as him coming to Liverpool in terms of maybe replacing Mo Salah one day. I know you're a big fan of his. Do you see that ever happening?
I think he's on the same level. If I'm going to be honest, I don't think he's on the same level. I mean, it's difficult to replace Mo Salah. Full stop. He's top of the world in terms of his position. Bowen ain't on that level. Bowen's a great player, but he's not. He's not a world class player. He's got frailties. He's never going to be what Mo Salah is. But no, I don't think he could replace him. It depends. You have got players there that can potentially. I don't think will ever be as good as Salah, but you've got players like Luis Diaz and players like that can that can step up to those levels. But I don't think Bowen would ever be able.
Never can't see him at Anfield, just in general, ever.
I could. A year or 2 down the line, see how he does. But I was very critical of Jared last year. He didn't have the greatest of seasons, although he's going to go down in folklore with us.
Yeah.
But he didn't have the greatest of seasons. Yeah, he was a bit hit and miss last year. So, it's about consistency, isn't it? And that's what the big clubs look for, is consistency. That's why Declan's gone to Arsenal. He's consistent. You see the way he's playing at Arsenal. He's consistently good. Good. Got to step up to them levels, man.
That's it. Couple questions for you, Nicky. Let's get into this one from Ravi. Says, question for both. Thoughts on who is that impact sub for both teams, would you say? Do you think Kudos starts? Because if he doesn't, he's definitely a big impact player. No?
He won't start. No, he won't start. But he could be. Of course he could be. But Ben Rama's been our sort of impact sub a couple of times.
Forgot about him, to be honest.
Yeah, Ben Rama's been our impact sub. He come on against Brighton and changed the game. Gives us a bit of an outlet. Gives the wingers a bit of the fullbacks a bit of a tough time. So yeah, he's been a bit of an impact sub. But we haven't got many. If I'm honest, we haven't got many. But you know, I like a little story in football, a little narrative. And Danny Ings is sitting on our bench.
Oh,
you know?
no, don't. That always happens to us. It always happens
It's the narrative,
to us.
mate. It's the narrative. It's
And
the football
Keke
god.
used to do it for Palace all the time.
Yeah.
Shout out Danny Ings. His first hair transplant didn't work, so he's gone back in again for a second second chop.
Why bother?
But big up to him, man. He you know, didn't work out for him at Liverpool, but
That's what happened on my first one.
Yeah.
Never
He's
went
the
back.
kind of player, though, that can come on and he can score. And I think if you are David Moyes, it's 1-0, 75 minutes, take Antonio off, he's probably already scored one, then chuck on Danny Ings for the sake of it, because he used to play for Liverpool. That's just what you do in games where players used to play. You put them on because it's just written sometimes, isn't it? Big up Riku says, I'm a big fan of Nicky and Ryan. Funny AF. Love to see it. AGT, I'm putting my chest out on this. If we had Gomez or Matip, I'd be stressed. Well, there's nothing wrong with Gomez or Matip. I think probably not in our first choices, but as you saw the other week against Wolves, poor first half from both of them, but we came through it. I do love our unpredictability football this season and the loads of quality options around off the pitch. If I'm going to give you my impact sub, knowing in my head anyway that Núñez starts, I would go with Jota. Did something very similar against Tottenham last season, came on, scores the winner, does the FIFA celebration. He's obsessed with that game. He needs to get a bloody life. But that's my impact sub. There's my lineup prediction as well. I know Nicky's going to be at the game. Do you know where you're drinking, or would you like some advice or places to go, places not to go?
No, we'll be in the Arkles. We're always in the Arkles.
Yeah, the Arkles is it's a bit of a half and half pub. You do get home and away mixing in.
Yeah, it's good. It's a good pub, man. Good pub.
Yeah, it's a decent pub for away fans. It's up by the Anfield Road end, just on the right. It gives you a short and sweet entrance in and out of the ground. So yeah, go down to the Arkles, enjoy yourself, mate. Tell them I sent you. And looking forward to this one. So let's get into the score predictions then. This is where it gets a bit tasty. Nicky Hawkins, West Ham coming to Liverpool, looking for a second win in 58 years. But the Hawkinator is feeling confident that they can get a result. But what is that result, Nicky? 2-2. Desmond. Yeah, 2-2. Obviously, at home, we've got to be looking to win. Doesn't matter if it's West Ham or Man City. You've got to be looking to win every game. 2-2, I'm not mad at you for that. I think both teams have conceded a lot this season already. Both teams have scored a few this season already. Both have got excellent players. I'm just hoping for us that we score that first goal, because the mentality shift in scoring that first goal compared to conceding the first goal, I think at Anfield as well, if we score one, it's almost as good as two sometimes, you know, in terms of the other team lifting their heads up, trying to come back. Whereas if West Ham score first, you can guarantee under David Moyes they're going to try and sit, which could end up being a negative thing. We could open you up. 2-2, I respect it. But I'm going to go 2-1, mate.
Fair.
Yeah, I'm going to go 2-1.
I can quite easily see it being 2-1.
Yeah.
Quite easily.
NKA says this is a Jota kind of game. Even Gakpo could shine on one. What do you mean, even Gakpo? He scored in the last game. What do you mean? You're going on like I'm playing for Liverpool. Even AGT could get one. Like, he's a very good footballer. Let's have that. 4-1, says NKA. 3-2, Liverpool with the hammer scoring first. We're winning tomorrow. We're not winning tomorrow, mate, because the game's on Sunday. So big up to Neil. He reckons 3-1. Thomas, big up to Thomas. He's always tuning in from Copenhagen. Great subscriber on the Kop TV. He says, question for Nicky. Can Kudus become a West Ham legend? Follow him from his time here in Denmark, and I believe he is quality.
No, he can't.
No?
No.
Everyone was in for this bloke, though, Nicky. You're lucky to have him.
Hold on a minute. Let me listen. Hold on. Let me tell you, because if he's worth anything, he'll be gone. He'll never be a legend here because he'll be gone. Same as Lucas Paquetá.
Wow.
He'll never be a legend here because he'll be gone. He's too good for us. Unless we get taken over by a billionaire.
Nicky's just honest as they come. You know what I mean? If I was on AFTV, it'd be going, yeah, no, definitely be a legend. It was. Nicky's just honest. It's refreshing to see in this space of online creators, because you do get some delusional fellas, but yeah, but Nicky's just honest, and you can't beat that. He's also a very good karaoke singer. Is the Hawkinator.
I'm going to get on some in a minute, mate. I'm going.
Well, that's what I was going to ask you. So. We did a brilliant match preview for the West Ham Liverpool game. We went to a pie and mash shop, and then he took me to the Beckton Arms, where I said, "Go on, then I'll have 1 pint." That turned into about 6 Guinnesses.
We had a few, didn't we?
We did. You stayed on, didn't you?
Yeah, man. I didn't get home till 1 o'clock in the morning, 2 o'clock in the morning, something like that.
And we went out at about 2 as well, so it was a long shift. But Nicky was singing a brilliant song by the Red Hot Chili Peppers, "Danny California." And he was very good. So are we going to get? I know you're off to Skegness tonight. Are you? Are you looking to jump back on the mic tonight? And if you are,
mate,
what song?
Always.
Or is it the same song?
No, but I sing an array of them, mate.
Nice.
I've got loads.
What you got then? What else?
I can sing everything from Elvis Presley up to. What did I sing the other week? Sunflower. You know the Post Malone song.
Oh, wow.
I sing everything, mate. Yeah, I sing everything.
So you went from "Ain't Nothing But a Hound Dog" to
"If I Could Dream of a Better Land Where All My Brothers Walk Hand in Hand, Tell Me Why." All of that, you know?
Tell you what, he's got a good voice, because when I heard you singing it, I was thinking, bloody hell, this bloke, oh my God, it's Nicky Hawkins. What a voice. You got a voice of a young old Blue Eyes. Ravi saying, "Just sold my car to Lucas Paquetá. Respect to your work, Nicky lad," says Thomas again. We love to see it. Right, Nicky's going for a 2-2 draw. I'm going for a 2-1 win. Let us know in the comments how you think this one plays out. He's also going to be on the Kop TV's fan cams on Sunday. Mate, it's raining up here, so please listen to me. Bring some kind of waterproof.
I've got shorts and t-shirt, and I'm packing a coat for going up north, you know.
Well, you need more than shorts and more than a coat. It's
I've got winter stuff there, man. It's all there. I've got an array of stuff, so I'll be all right.
Right. Love to see it. Well, listen, good luck on Sunday, bro. I'm sure I'll see you in the next week or so at DR Sports. I know I'm honoured to work with you a lot on there. We've built a nice little friendship there, mate. So
mate.
It's always football second, friendship first. But yes, mate, listen, have a great weekend. Quick one. We've got Nicky Hawkins versus Riku singing competition. Mate, if he has enough beers on Sunday and they win, get into Concert Square. I'm sure he'll be knocking about singing some tunes. But
definitely, mate.
Listen, mate, great to have you on as always. Take care, and we'll see you soon. All the best.
Thanks, guys.
Thanks for watching this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it.
Please, guys, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the Kop TV.
The voice of football's most famous stand.